Good morning, y'all. Well, this is day 58, and we left our shelter, and we got a pretty big climb here this morning, starting out, and then it's going to be a lot of those jagged rock ledges, I think, but several cool things to see along the way today. The Audie Murphy Monument is the big one. And then I think we hit Dragon's Tooth a little later in the day before we pull into Four Pines Hostel, where we are not staying, but have a shuttle arranged to take us down to Daleville. Slept in the shelter last night and had no mice problems. And there was only like 3 other people in the shelter, as well as a few people camping out in tents. But it was really warm. In fact, it's the first night I've slept without a shirt. And even with that, it was still pretty balmy, humid, and hot. So yeah, we went from winter to summer, and I'm bypassed spring a little bit, I guess. And yeah, that's kind of the story. We do have one other milepost today, and if you watch closely, you'll figure out what that is. All right, I'll talk to you later. So today I'm standing at the Audie Murphy Memorial Site. Audie Murphy was a famous movie star from 1948 to 1969, playing in westerns and war movies mostly. He'd always wanted to be a soldier, but he was too young to enlist after the attack on Pearl Harbor by the Army, the Navy, and the Marines. But his sister provided an affidavit that falsified his birth date by a year, and he was accepted into the Army in 1942. He fought all over the European theater. As a child, his father had abandoned the family, and his mother died when he was a teenager. He quit school in 5th grade to pick cotton to support the family, and he used his skills in hunting rifle to feed them also. In the war, he received numerous awards, including 2 Silver Star medals, 2 Bronze Star medals, 3 Purple Hearts. He also received the Medal of Honor when at the age of 19 he single-handedly held off a company of German soldiers for an hour and then led a successful counterattack while wounded and out of ammunition. He would become the most decorated soldier of World War II. But he suffered terribly from PTSD, then called battle fatigue. He had depression. He slept with a gun under his pillow. He had some drug and gambling addictions and huge debts as well. But he refused to appear in commercials for alcohol or cigarettes, mindful of the influence he would have on young kids. But he was a passenger in a private twin-engine plane during a rainy, cloudy, zero visibility day when it crashed at this site on May 28, 1971. He, along with the pilot and 4 others, were all killed, and he was buried with military honors at Arlington National Cemetery. So it is Sunday, April 24th, and previous week was Holy Week, and I didn't really do a Sunday talk because it was Easter. But this past week was a totally different week. I'm grateful for the warm weather. It finally came in. And I got to stay at some really nice hostels. I was at the Quarterway Inn and Woods Hole and Weary Feet. And I've been in several shelters as well. So grateful for that, but the weather mostly. It's really been warm. Got to send a lot of my cold weather gear home with my wife last weekend. And earlier I had talked about the mystery pain in my toes and both feet, but mostly the right. And it was the Injinji socks, I believe. Never got blisters, but I think they're just tight on my toes, and I quit wearing them. I don't have that pain anymore. So I'm grateful for that. And hiking with another hiker, trail named Sleepy. I haven't done that the entire trail, but have a similar pace and similar goals and what we're trying to do. So it worked out this week to hike with him. And he's younger than I am, 38. So he pushes me a little bit more, which is good. So yeah, we're cranking out some big miles here the last couple of days. And that's about it. I been eating as much food as I could lately, especially protein. And I hope that my weight has tapered off, because I lost a lot there in the first quarter of the way, that's for sure. But yeah, grateful for this week. It was Earth Day, which celebrates the Earth, and it was also 420 Day, if you're into 420. So yeah, that's what's going on. So grateful for all that, and grateful for y'all. Thanks. Hey y'all, so day 58 comes to an end, and it was a pretty big day. We went, I think, 16, 17 miles, and had a couple pretty big climbs. It got really warm. The temperature definitely has changed, and it's almost like summer in the 80s. But the two big sites were the Audie Murphy Memorial, and at the top, who was just a remarkable guy when you read about his life. And then the other iconic place was the Dragon's Tooth. Those kind of jagged rocks that were jutted out at the very top of the mountain up there. So yeah, those were kind of the two biggest things that we saw today. And then we made our way back down to the hostel where we chose not to stay. But we did use the shuttle driver, Sprockett's his name, who's very informative and very nice guy. And also another couple in their 60s decided, well, they heard what we were doing, and they decided, that sounds like a great idea. I think we'll shuttle with y'all and go into Daleville and stay at the Super 8. So it was nice because we got to defray some of that cost as well. So we had 4 people in the shuttle. And that was it. So arrived here, was able to get showered and cleaned up. And going to be here again tomorrow. The plan tomorrow will be to slack pack, where I've explained this before, but we won't take full packs, and we'll get the same shuttle driver, Sprocket, to take us back up to where he met us today, and then we're going to walk all the way to Daleville, and that is 26 miles. So tomorrow's going to be a big day. It's supposed to be pretty warm, but it'll be helpful that we just slack pack and just take enough food and hopefully, water, and can find that along the way. So that is the plan, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, y'all. Good night.